looking for this?
Ooh.
Bro, she got there really
Dang, son.
I feel like that girl looks familiar.
Yeah, she's from last season.
I know, but I feel like she's like in another show. Oh, great A. Kill shot.
Just like, no, you're bound to lose.
Oh, great day. Oh, great day.
I thought he just killed his own people there. Dang.
It's one of the sloppiest fights I've ever seen. Dude, you're gonna kill both of them.
That's pretty cool though. Ooh, what a play. Nice.
It would.
Ooh, the beat drop. Give her the blade.
I return this blade to its rightful
Am I the
owner.
only one that thinks his armor looks thicker than everybody else's? Is that just me?
Especially his shoulder piece, I feel like.
Ignite the blade.
Yes, do it.
Do it. Dude, the Darksaber's got one of the coolest lightsabers.
Yeah, for real.
Welcome back to BoomShot. I'm Kel. This is Colby, and we
Yes,
just finished
sir.
watching Season 3, Episode 6 of The Mandalorian, titled Guns for Hire. We're going to go ahead and give you our thoughts starting now. All right, so what'd you think of it?
I really enjoyed this episode.
Which is odd.
Yeah.
Because it's getting a lot of hate on Twitter. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the minority here, I feel like, on this opinion. But, yeah, I really enjoyed it. It might be my favorite of the season, but it's just too late.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that as well. I think I called you talking about the episode before we came and filmed, and I was talking about how like I thought it was a good episode, and it has like a lot of like, for example, Clone Wars references. We get to see battle droids. That whole exchange with the B1 battle droid that was in charge of the B2s, like that was hilarious. I miss seeing that.
Yeah,
but it's still like it just felt like since we're in the last 3 episodes of this season, I guess. I don't know. It just felt like a little bit of a wasted episode almost because it didn't move anything forward.
To me, it's just too late. I mean, I love this episode. I'm glad it exists.
Probably my favorite of the season so far, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree. And I just wish it was earlier on so that way this late in the season we could be, moving towards the plot, which is still kind of like
up in the air.
What is it?
Yeah, it's still kind of up in the air. And I think that's kind of why, like, we were big proponents of Andor. We loved that show. We advocated for it. There were a lot of people who hated that show but are wanting to go back now. But I think what made Andor such like a good, easy to watch is because it was so sequential. It was literally in arcs. Whereas like this show right now, it's still kind of up in the air. It kind of feels like a bit of a Marvel show. Like we're still not sure what's gonna happen. We know they're going back to Mandalorian. They're gathering Mandalorians, but like, who are they going to fight? Like, who's the villain here? I mean, I guess Moff Gideon maybe, but
and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes, like Loki, we didn't know it was happening.
Yeah.
But that was the point. With this, I feel like I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's just a bunch of side missions.
I feel like they have no real direction.
Yeah, direction. That's a good way to put it.
Because you can not know what's happening, but still be going in a direction.
Right. Yeah.
But this show just feels like, I don't know. I thought the whole premise of this season was going to be Din trying to get back to Mandalore to bathe in the living waters. I thought that was... So when that happened in episode 2, I was like, what? Like I was confused. So, and then obviously we had the pirate episode last week, and then we have this episode this week, and neither of those episodes really like pushed anything forward other than the end where... Actually, the end of both episodes... Moff Gideon gets free, and Bo-Katan gets the Darksaber, and that's pretty much all that happened.
Yeah. I mean, not to hate on this episode, I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
But we just, I don't know. I mean, the episodes have been short, and there's only 2 left, so I don't know if they're going to be able to get done what I feel like needs to get done with the story in just 2 episodes.
Yeah, really. I kind of agree with that, and obviously we could be wrong, And part of the issue, I think, for having only 8 episodes, which is 2 more than most shows on Disney Plus get, which is, okay, I'm glad about that. but the runtime is still just an issue. Like, I don't know. This episode was 43 minutes long, but the episode last week was, or 2 weeks ago, was 30 minutes long. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
You got to maximize your time in this episode. But if this episode were a standalone episode early in the season, maybe like episode 2 or episode 3, bro, count me in. I think everybody would be ranting and raving about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like that's the way it would be.
The only complaints I've seen is that it's just too late.
Yeah.
But, I mean, back to the good parts of it, I really enjoyed seeing a Separatist at this point in time in the timeline.
Yes.
That was really cool.
This must have had Dave Filoni's touches on it because we got to see, first of all, we got to see Battle Droids back. I love to see that.
That was awesome.
But also we got to see, like you said, the Separatist who fought. I mean, you have to think, this Separatist has been alive forever. And I love how he was about to say, and Count Dooku, he said Count Dooku was a visionary and his life got cut short by a Jedi Enforcer, and I thought he was going to say named Anakin Skywalker, but
Bo cuts him off, which is interesting. Cause
maybe she didn't want him to say it.
That's what
maybe that brings back memories.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I really did enjoy this episode, and at the end, I really enjoyed that scene too, and it was pushing the plot forward.
Yeah,
when she gets the Darksaber, but I feel like if they're trying to reunite Mandalore, she could have gotten the Darksaber 3-4 episodes ago.
Yeah. And
reunite Mandalore the rest of the way. But
I almost think they probably had to build trust for like the fans and Bo-Katan, because last season she was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody really trusted her. And now this season, I walked into the season a little bit like that, but over time she's proved herself to me.
Yeah.
Which kind of feels convenient. Like they gave her the episode of recovering Paz Vizsla's son. And then, obviously, the episode where they take over the pirate ship or whatever. And now this episode. So it feels a little manufactured.
I mean, we have known her longer than any of the characters in this show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like, I really do like her in live action. I feel like that was a good transition to make.
Yeah.
And it's been done well. And to me, she's been the highlight of this season.
Yeah, I think so as well. And definitely been the highlight of the season, and it's good to see some Clone Wars characters getting some love.
Yeah,
obviously we've seen her not just only in Clone Wars, but didn't we see her in Rebels as well? We saw we saw her in Rebels, and then now she's one of the only characters to see all 3 eras, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's cool. And I think another thing I wanted to shout out is Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah,
and with the directing this episode, she's directed episodes of this show before. And she's just really good, man. She's a really good director. And I want to see her do more stuff in Star Wars and in general. Maybe give her a movie. I've seen people asking for that. And I'd be definitely down for that.
Yeah, 100%. I'd be down for it too. I just, I'm really like, I don't know. Part of me is torn because like I did like the episode, but also at the same time, it's like, I just wish there were either more episodes or we were already on our way there and this had already happened. You know what I'm saying? And part of me is like, Star Wars fans are a little bit too picky, you know, and I think you should be picky about content. That's kind of how we've gotten to where Marvel was, you know, where Marvel's at now. We haven't been picky enough. And, but for Star Wars, I feel like Star Wars fans they're impossible to please. You can't please all sections of Star Wars fans at any given time. You're just impossible. And so I feel like they need to open themselves up a little bit more to other types of like Star Wars-y stuff. Because, I mean, do you agree with that?
Yeah, ever since Disney took over, it's every single thing that's been made has been divisive.
Yeah,
except for maybe season 7
and Force Awakens. I'd say. I think Force Awakens was pretty unanimously enjoyed, other than the fact that it was basically a carbon copy of A New Hope.
I mean, yeah, at the beginning it definitely was, but now it's probably not so much because George Lucas has said that he gave them a script completely different than what they did. He gave them an outline for the sequels.
Yeah,
and they didn't follow it. So, but I mean, I hate to be a downer. It seems, but Star Wars has really been hitting recently, in my opinion. So I mean,
and there's always these last 2 episodes that could hit again. You know, I mean, we kind of said this about Bad Batch. Like there was a lot of wasted content in Bad Batch, but then at the very end, it ended well. And so, you know, as Tripoli says in one of his songs, it ain't about the winner ain't the one who's winning in the 7th inning. You still got 2 more innings. We've still got 2 more episodes. So I feel like Mando will make a rebound. Obviously, we might see some Moff Gideon. We might see a Bo-Katan swindle job. You never know. I mean, anything can
that would
happen.
be crazy. I saw somebody, and I'll close with this thought on Twitter, say that this show is not just about Din Djarin. It's about Mandalorians in general. The first season was about Din. Second about Baby Yoda as a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And then third one about Bo-Katan. So
Yeah. I mean, I can see that, and I'd push back on it a little bit just because, like, this show being advertised, like, on Disney Plus, for example, is Din Djarin in all the advertisements.
And that's what sells.
It's about Din Djarin. I mean, it may be
Baby
your
Yoda.
boy.
Baby Yoda is what sells. Right?
It is what sells, but I mean, I also agree with that. Like, it's kind of ambiguous for a reason. Like the Mandalorian, that they call Din Djarin the Mandalorian, but I think I don't mind other characters hijacking the spotlight, if that makes any sense. But I just want to see clear direction. That's mainly what I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, to me,
clear direction and good storytelling.
Yeah,
that's all I really care about.
To me, this show has always been a story within Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I like that they branched out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, to me, this story has always been about Din and then also just the Mandalorians. And I was kind of expecting him or Baby Yoda to reunite Mandalore. But I'm cool with it being Bo too. So.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with Paz Vizsla being in there, the armor. Like, I have no problem with that. I actually like to see it. I think that's something that Star Wars fans have been wanting to see for a while. And maybe we'll see what the Mandalorian's role in the sequel era looks like.
Yeah, that's true. One last question. Do you think, how much longer do you think this show will go on? I mean, it
depends on how it ends. I don't know, because I feel like we have to see Baby Yoda grow up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I could see there being a pretty significant time jump in between. You know, I think I could see a pretty significant time jump maybe in between season 3 and season 4. Baby Yoda's grown up a little bit. He's able to talk and fight. So
yeah, they're definitely taking it slow, especially with this show, which is cool.
Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff in the past has felt rushed.
Yeah, definitely. Star Wars has been good about not rushing out content and not rushing a universe either. So Star Wars has been good about that, but recently. Anyway, let us know what you guys think. You're probably on the I didn't like it side, so be gentle in the comments and share your opinions. Probably, I would regard them as facts, kind of. Not necessarily the critiques on the episode, but timing, where this episode took place and whatnot. But anyway, let us know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.